with our live audience or wherever you might be listening over the airwaves or online at jazz.fm tonight. We are celebrating one of the most versatile, inventive, and grooviest musicians to ever walk the earth. He was a master within the genres of jazz, R&B, and the blues, but also gospel, country, and of course soul music. He was blind by the age of 7, but defied his disability, tackling an unforgiving business with his musical chops and moving the civil rights conversation forward with his raw talent and relentless drive. As a performer, he delivered one of the most spirited live acts of the 50s and the 60s in the recording studio, while Ray can lay claim to a dozen top 20 albums and over 100 top 20 hits on the R&B and US pop charts. We lost Brother Ray in 2004. Hard to believe, 14 years ago. Frank Sinatra called him the only true genius in show business. Billy Joel put it out there that Ray was more important than Elvis Presley, and Donald Fagen of Steely Dan said, when Ray Charles died in 2004, we came to the end of American culture as we had known it. Lots to be said, lot to unpack tonight, and we have some wildly talented musicians to help us celebrate, and I want to start with Danny B. Right, ladies and gentlemen, Danny B, how about that performance? Voices in this country. You've worked with so many great people over the years. So first of all, welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You first heard Ray Charles, like so many people experienced him in the beginning, on the AM radio.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The old charts. Are you allowed to say what station it was?
Sure, why not?
The chump chart.
The chump chart. Pretty
right?
classic, right?
So the chump chart comes out, all of a sudden I hear, hey, go on. I'm just a kid, you know, but I mean, it changed my life.
It did change your life.
Absolutely.
And you can see it in your performance tonight and hear it, that just a huge influence on what you've been doing. You saw Ray Charles, did you not?
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yeah, what was that like?
It was great. Enough said, I mean, it was Ray Charles, it was great, yeah. I saw him a couple of times because I was doing a gig at Ontario Place.
Yeah.
And we have to have these breaks. A lot of times they ended up being longer than, depending on who was playing at the Forum, you know. We'd run over from our bar, wherever we were playing. And one night it was Ray, so that was the longest break I ever did. Yeah, fantastic.
We're excited that you're here tonight.
I'm happy to be here.
Danny B, everybody. And Shawne Jackson, hello.
Hi.
Very special. A jazz and blues legend in this country, a solo artist, a member of the Silhouettes, and for you, like Danny, I think it was What I'd Say that first got your attention. Is that right?
It was. I remember being a little girl and my brother and my cousins would play these stations from Buffalo because we didn't get this music in Canada, and it was filled with static and intermittent sound, and that's where you heard Ray jamming.
Yes, indeed.
I feel like there's so many musicians who had to tune into far-off radio stations to discover what. I just was talking to Dee Dee Bridgewater. She said the same thing. You'd have to listen to Memphis music, and that would come up through different airwaves. And then it was Hit the Road Jack, and I guess that sort of spoke to you as a singer as well.
It did, because actually I didn't even know I wanted to be a singer then. Still not sure.
Come on.
It was the interaction between Ray and the background singers that got me. It was like so cool to see 3 or sometimes 5 black ladies singing with a black man rocking out and performing gospel. I mean, we didn't see that when I was little.
And that just felt amazing and probably made you feel like, hey, I can maybe go out and do this.
Yeah, it felt spiritual, honestly, and he was very big in gospel, but I felt like I was close to God.
Yeah, I think he played with the gospel lyrics and sounds significantly in his career. Let's get back to the music, and Shawne, I think you're going to perform one of my favorites from 1957, The Mess Around. Is that right?
That's what we're doing.
All right. Live to air, a special tribute to Ray Charles on Jazz FM 91.
Barbecue, then mess around.